Okay, so first and foremost, I want to thank you all for coming back. To avoid copyright strikes, there's going to be random footage of house parties throughout the video. Just stock footage. Alright, now that that's out the way, let's get into this snuff film called House Party, Tonight is the Night. This film is a continuation of the House Party series. It was directed by Darren Scott and written by his brother Doug Scott. But as you will see, this movie does no justice to the House Party franchise and adds nothing to the series. As you see, they have not made another one, but they're planning to, and I hope this is not as bad as this one. This movie is terrible. I'll say that up front, and you will see why as we go on through the video. The movie begins and we're introduced to our main character, Chris, who is played by Taquan Richardson, best known as Drew from Everybody Hates Chris. The first thing we see is Chris picking up the morning newspaper, and he is greeted by his neighbor from across the street, who feels like she's supposed to be Miss Parker from the Friday movies, but nah, this ain't it. Hey, she kind of look like Wendy Williams though, no funny shit.
You're wondering, how you doing?
So after she greets Chris, we see this nigga get a boner, and I'm not gonna lie, this is one of the few times in this movie that I actually got a legitimate laugh. But come on, this the first joke? This what we doing? Alright, I see what kind of movie this finna be. So now Chris is at school, and this isn't said in the movie, but this is his last week of his senior year. Might even be the last day. And he gets challenged to a random rap battle by two niggas named Stomp Boy and Deathgrave. I ain't gonna lie, them niggas was ass as hell. As a matter of fact, this whole scene was trash. All four of them niggas couldn't even rap. They ain't had no business touching the mic, bruh. After this weak ass rap scene is when we meet Chris's love interest, played by Tristan Mays. Her name is Autumn. And her boyfriend, Quentin, played by Keith Powers. They're in an argument because Autumn saw him talking to another girl in the hallways, you know, typical high school shit. Chris sees this and tries to go spit game to Autumn, but bruh, he really fumbled the bag. He called her a hoe and some shit on accident, but it kind of works, and Autumn really must be down bad if he going for some corny ass shit like this, bruh. I mean, come on, listen to this shit. When Chris gets home from school, his parents tell him that one of his aunts has died, and there's a couple of shitty jokes about the aunt's lump on her back. Oh yeah, Chris's dad is played by Gary Anthony Williams, best known as Uncle Ruckus from the Boondocks. And now it's time for, you guessed it, a house party. Dylan comes to try to convince Chris to have a house party as a way for them to have one last weekend together before Chris goes off to college. So they start preparing and they find a DJ named DJ Booty Time. Like, come on, bro, what are we doing here? What kind of name is DJ Booty Time? Like, I mean, come on, bro, you can look at this nigga and tell he not clapping no cheeks. And we see later they should have never hired this nigga in the first place because this nigga DJ equipment janky as hell. Chris and Dylan really blowing it already, bro, and we ain't even got to the house party yet. We then cut to a random scene of the neighbor from across the street telling her friend about how she's trying to scheme on Chris. She trying to fuck him, and I'm not gonna lie. This whole concept is nasty. Don't nobody want her old Wendy Williams looking ass.
How you doing?
Nah, I'm playing. That was kind of mean. I'm sure she's a nice lady though. Now we cut back to Chris and Dylan, and just quick side note right here. They gave Dylan a black scent, and at this point in the movie, it's starting to make my balls itch. I'm not even gonna lie to y'all. Man, this nigga out here sounding like Malibu's Most Wanted.
Hey, yo, fool. We about to have some hardcore drama go down right about now. That's right.
Get this nigga the fuck out of here. B-Rad tells Chris that he somehow convinced a record exec to come to the party and they possibly might get a record deal out of it. It's a little bit later now and the party started. And I gotta say, bruh, this music trash as hell. Was niggas really listening to this shit in 2013? I was listening to Wiz Khalifa, I don't know about y'all. But that's what you get for hiring a weak ass nigga named Booty Time to do your fucking party. Don't ever trust a nigga named Booty Time. That's the moral of the story, man. It's a little bit later in the movie, and now Chris's Wendy Williams looking ass neighbor shows up. She starts flirting with Chris and fucking up what little amount of play he had going on with Autumn. So Chris gets Autumn to come into the garage to show him the car that his parents bought him. I'm only talking about this scene so y'all can hear this shitty ass dialogue. I can't even remember the last time I heard somebody say thebomb.com. This shit really starting to sound like a middle-aged white man trying to sound like a teenager. Hold on, let me see who wrote this. Ah, makes sense now. So as the party continues, the movie turns into You Got Served for a quick second, and the boys and girls have a choreographed dance battle. Okay, one thing. When did these niggas have time to choreograph a whole dance set? They were supposed to be partying. Was this shit pre-planned? Man, this whole scene was weird as shit.
Y'all just mad, cause today, you suckers got served.
So throughout the party scenes, we see this big girl who's trying to fit in with everybody, and she can't get no play. And we see this weird nigga trying to fit in and make some friends, and he's getting no play. So a little later, the big girl and the weird nigga go upstairs to the bathroom. They start having Mr. Nasty time. But they end up fucking so hard that they burst through the damn floor in the middle of Chris's performance, and they did not give no fucks at all. After Chris's performance, he starts dancing with Autumn again, and Quentin sees this and gets jealous. So Quentin comes over and gets into an argument with Chris, and they end up fighting. And I ain't gonna lie to y'all, bruh. That boy Quentin channeled his inner Melvin from Baby Boy. I mean, Chris got his shit rocked. Everybody hates me. After Chris wakes up from his slumber, he gets a call from his parents letting him know that they're coming home early from the funeral. And Chris starts yelling at Daniel and telling him it's his fault that the party happened in the first place, and he's blaming him for all the mess. They tried to have a sentimental moment here, but due to the shitty ass writing, this shit did not work at all. After countless attempts by the MILF lady, she gives up, and her friend ended up telling her that she has feelings for her the whole time. And it's wholesome and, more importantly, age appropriate. Now Wendy Williams can be happy. See, happy endings for everybody. After finding out his parents are coming home early, Chris ends up kicking everybody out. And now he's talking to Autumn about what he's going to do to get the place cleaned back up. And right on cue, Dylan comes back with a full cleanup crew to help Chris get the crib back right. By the time Chris's parents get back the next day, the house is totally clean. Chris's mom goes upstairs to unpack. While she's unpacking, she gets on her phone and sees a video of Chris rapping that went viral. And Chris's dad sees him kissing Autumn in the garage. Initially, they confront Chris about the video until the record exec pulls up and offers Chris and Dylan a developmental contract after he missed the party, but ended up seeing the video of the party going viral. And all of a sudden, Chris's parents don't care about the video anymore, and it's never brought up again. After this, Chris and Dylan drive off with the girls and head off to New York. A nice ending, right? Wrong. Because this nigga Chris fucks it up by turning to the camera and saying, "That's all." Get the fuck out of here, dude. You ruined this whole franchise. Now, we do get a post-credit scene where Chris and Dylan show up in New York, and the record execs that signed them to the developmental deal are Kid and Play. This was a cool moment, but it did not make up for the rest of this movie. Yeah, man, let's get to the final thoughts. Okay, so where do I start with this one? This was a horrible experience, honestly. I wouldn't wish this on my worst enemy. Actually, I might. This might be good torture for them. And I do mean experience in every sense of the word. Like, bruh, there was probably 5 times throughout the whole movie where I actually got a legitimate laugh. The dialogue sounded like a censored BET movie, and the music sounded like they couldn't afford the rights to any actual songs, so they just inserted weird-ass dubstep music over all the party scenes. And some of that shit was fucking terrible. Yeah, long story short, don't even waste your time. I'm not even gonna give this movie a score. This is a -5. And 2 black... No, I need several black... A cacophony of black thumbs down. Don't watch this movie, please. Don't. You're gonna hurt yourself. Please don't do it. Just save yourself, please. Just save yourself. Man, bye. I'll catch y'all the next one. Like, subscribe, all that. Please share it with your friends. I'm happy y'all came back, but man, this was terrible. Don't do this to yourself. Just, I don't know, man. Like the video.